Welcome back, beautiful people, to another episode of Royal Sussex Squad, the home of truth, light and unapologetic support for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. We are here to defend what's right, drag what's wrong and call out all the petty nonsense that certain British media outlets churn out day after day in their pathetic little tantrum over two people who simply chose to live their lives freely and honestly. Now, if you're listening to this, then you already know what time it is. It's time to check the lies, centre the truth, and lift up Harry and Meghan like the royalty they are, no matter what titles they hold. So let's get into today's absurd saga. And oh yes, it's absurd in the best, most infuriatingly entertaining way. Y'all, the British tabloids, especially the Daily Mail, and I use the term journalism here with all the sarcasm in the world, are now officially in their Jamgate era. Yes, raspberry jam to be exact. You can't make this stuff up. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, the mother, the philanthropist, the advocate, the global icon, launched a lifestyle brand called American Riviera Orchard. She did it softly, beautifully, with class and restraint, letting the work speak for itself. No pompous press conference, no overdone hype machine, just elegance and quality. The product line she dropped under the As Ever label included beautifully curated items like wildflower honey with the honeycomb still inside, some gorgeous flower sprinkles, shortbread and crepe mixes, and yes, a jar of raspberry jam that fans immediately went wild for. And what happened? The collection sold out in less than 30 minutes. Gone. Just like that. That's not chaos, that's not confusion, that's demand, that's influence. That's what happens when Meghan does anything. She is the moment, and they know it. Which brings us to the real reason they're mad. It's not about jam, it's about control. It's about the fact that Meghan Markle has taken back the narrative they tried so hard to manipulate and destroy. She is no longer playing their game. She doesn't need their headlines. She doesn't need their approval, and they cannot cope. Now, nearly 2 months after that first drop, Meghan hasn't restocked the raspberry jam. There's no warehouse of backup jars sitting around. She hasn't dumped 1,000 jars on Amazon or struck a deal with British supermarkets. And what does the Daily Mail do with this information? Do they perhaps take a moment to consider that this is a luxury limited edition brand and not a mass-market grocery item? Of course not. They throw a tantrum. They start calling it a mystery. They start asking why the jam hasn't been restocked. As if Meghan owes them inventory updates, as if she owes them anything. They claim that there was never any real stock to begin with, that it was all fake, that Meghan orchestrated a sellout to fake demand. Imagine the audacity, accusing a woman who has proven time and again that she has genuine global reach, real consumer interest and massive influence, of needing to fake a sellout just to stay relevant. That's projection, darling, that's insecurity, that's desperation. And then, to add insult to ignorance, they wheel out some so-called publicity expert named Mark Borkowski. Now this man, who honestly should be thanking Meghan for giving him something to talk about, goes on record calling her PR chaos. He says there's no logic to her not restocking the jam yet. He even suggests that maybe the people around her were surprised by her success and didn't plan properly. Really? That's the best they've got? Let me tell you something. This isn't chaos, it's strategy. This isn't mismanagement, it's curation. Meghan is building something thoughtful and seasonal. She's not slinging mass-produced sugar in bulk. She's creating artisanal, small-batch, premium lifestyle experiences. We're not talking about strawberry jam on clearance at Tesco. We're talking Montecito, elegance, West Coast sophistication. A vision of slower living, luxurious calm and sustainable beauty. And let's not pretend this business model is some new mystery. High-end brands do this all the time. From Supreme to Glossier to Hermes, limited drops, seasonal exclusivity and curated restocks are standard practice. The anticipation is part of the appeal. And Meghan, being the intelligent, forward-thinking woman she is, understands that. She doesn't need to follow the typical blueprint because she isn't typical. And she's never tried to be. Now let's speak on something that goes deeper, because we always do here at Royal Sussex Squad. Let's talk about the real reason they're this upset over raspberry jam. The real reason this story got written. The media has been looking for any angle, any tiny excuse to drag Meghan back into the fray. She hasn't given them scandal, she hasn't given them chaos, she hasn't given them royal drama, so now they're literally making jam political. They're turning a pantry product into a press war. Why? Because they are obsessed. Meghan represents everything they can't control and everything they fear. She's free, she's flourishing, and she's untouchable. And as for this theory that she's somehow damaging her brand by not restocking quickly, please. The opposite is true. People are talking, people are waiting, people are checking the site daily. People want what she has created. When that next drop comes, whether it's in the summer or fall or whenever Meghan chooses, it will sell out again. And I will be first in line with my card ready, because let me tell you that raspberry jam is now officially legendary. Iconic even. So let them talk. Let them rant, let them stew in their bitterness while we sweeten our tea with the honey of success. Meghan doesn't owe them a single jar. She doesn't owe them a restock schedule, a press release or an apology. She has created something that is hers, something beautiful, something that, yes, might just change the way lifestyle brands are done. And here's the thing. We're not just watching this story, we're part of it. We, the Sussex Squad, have been there since day one. We see the vision, we get it, and we will support her every step of the way, whether she drops blueberry next or lavender or lemon curd. We're here, we're ready, and we are loyal. So, to the press losing their minds over a jar of jam, breathe, touch some grass, maybe even try making something of your own instead of tearing down a woman who's out here building. Meghan is not your scandal, she is not your clickbait, she is not your chaos, she is your lesson. Mail. Why hasn't Duchess Meghan restocked her raspberry jam? Many in the British media are still crying, screaming and raging about the Duchess of Sussex's as ever product line. The line sold out in under an hour back in early April, and nothing has been restocked as of this writing. Meghan has even indicated that as ever products should be thought of as limited edition seasonal drops, which are only available for sale for a short amount of time. Incidentally, I think that's a mistake if that's really Meghan's business model. I understand some of the products will be seasonal, with limited supplies, like the honey. But there's no reason why her jam spread can't be her signature product with restocks available in a timely manner. Same with the shortbread mix, crepe mix and teas. Anyway, the Mail is whining about the lack of restocks on products which are not even available in the UK. Nearly 2 months after it first launched, Meghan Markle's lifestyle brand is facing questions over why its sold-out products have still not been restocked. The Duchess of Sussex released her As Ever line, first teased more than a year ago under a different name, on April 2nd, with the limited pieces hitting her online site at eye-watering prices. The 8 products on sale included a wildflower honey with honeycomb, priced at an eye-watering $28, £21.60, and some flower sprinkles at $15, £11.60. Meanwhile, a jar of raspberry jam set punters back $14, £10.80, while the abundance of other goods on sale included shortbread and crepe mixes, both being sold for $14, alongside various herbal tea mixes for £12, £9.30 each. Fans snapped up the unique product range within minutes, with the range selling out within just half an hour of going live. But now, nearly 2 months later, keen shoppers who had initially hoped to get their hands on the exclusive product range have been left bitterly disappointed. All of the sold-out stock is still unavailable to purchase online. At the time of the opening day, critics had begun to question the success of the 43-year-old's latest business venture. It was claimed the items had been made available in small quantities and then quickly marked as sold out in order to generate interest. One industry insider told Mail Online, showing that there is a sellout is very common for new brands to fake demand. There is no warehouse full of jams. Now, Mark Borkowski, one of the UK's leading publicity gurus and crisis managers, has described Meghan's management of the sold-out launch as chaos, questioning what the true story is behind the long-standing unavailable products. Reflecting on how offering no explanation for the lack of stock could be harming her brand's image, Mr. Borkowski told Newsweek, As soon as nothing's happening, people as questions, but therefore her PR has always been chaos. Maybe the fact it's not restocking gives them the opportunity to refresh the story, but there's just no logic, and now, of course, questions are going to be asked. Do they have the answers? The expert even theorized that perhaps Meghan could be being let down by the very people who were surprised by her success. Nevertheless, despite the ongoing stock issues, Mr. Borkowski was quick to stress that Meghan's public image of create noise, create chaos, has continued business as normal. Were Borkowski's comments generated by AI? What is he even trying to say? That Meghan is purposefully not restocking her products to cause chaos and get more attention? And the claim about, as ever, only having low stock to begin with is horse's tea. Meghan hoped that the products would sell well, but I think even she was surprised by how quickly her fans snapped up everything. And if she ever puts that raspberry spread on sale again, I'm buying multiple bottles, I can tell you that. Anyway, all of this to say, when is the next product drop? And will Meghan adjust her stock for the next drop? If it's seasonal, is she waiting until summer officially starts? Meaning in about a month. Will we get a new jam flavour? Strawberry this time? Or maybe blueberry? And to everyone listening today, if you're as tired of the lies, the double standards and the obsession as I am, then join the squad. Hit that subscribe button right now. Share this podcast, and if you want to keep this truth-telling, tea-spilling, nonsense-checking content alive and strong, hit that super thanks and show some love. We are powered by our people, by our passion and by the truth. Until next time, stay proud, stay vigilant, and most of all, stay Sussex strong. They can whine about jam all they want. We'll be busy building empires just like Meghan.